Hi everyone. Jay's mic isn't working. I'm Ash Hester, and this is Reddit and Weep. We're going to be doing some men writing women tonight, which is awesome. Jay's going to be sharing some awesome words that they found on the internet, and we're going to see if I weep.
That's the plan. I think I've fixed my mic now, so it sounds like everything's hopefully working again. No, Bizzle, we won't be leaving me muted, because no. Because I've decided I don't want to stay muted. So, yeah, I went through the subreddit Men Writing Women. I've had to miss quite a few of them out because, oh my goodness, it was horrific. No, true, I won't be reading the filth that you added to the Discord, because that's just a way of getting TYG banned from the internet, because that filth you sent was like grade A filth, but not quite what we're looking for this evening.
Either way, I'm scared. I am nervous, like, actually.
And who better to join us when we're doing Men Writing Women than the wonderful published author that is Mash. So go on, Mash, before we start, tell us about your book.
Okay. My books. I write epic fantasy. My main series is The Light of Miera. It's a heartfelt, emotional journey of like love and loss and devotion. It's epic fantasy. There's a quest. There's politics. There's drama. There's all the good stuff. I'm trying not to like spoil anything. But yeah, I write about tragic sapphics and demon succubus dummy mummies and big soft boys with lots of muscles.
Well, I haven't got to the big soft boys with muscles yet.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to that bit. So, the way this works, we're going to go through some posts from Reddit. You'll see them appear on your screen. I'll read them through. Mash is welcome to interrupt at any point, and we'll laugh and talk about what's going on. I can't find a way of fitting predictions into this subreddit, so we don't really have predictions like we do when we're doing Am I the Butthole? So it's more join in the conversation, let's see where it takes us, and we'll hopefully have a good time. So we're going to start off, obviously, with one tagged NSFW, which is always the best way to start one of these. This is an extract from Peep Man by someone called Juice42, and it was released in 2023.
Already I'm like Deuce42 as a pen name.
So behind me, in the mirror above the dresser, I glimpsed sexy Pam peeling off her crescent bra, revealing a sensuous chest as her tangy boobies bounced into view. As she rubbed them on my hapless head, I gently squeezed her posh and fresh boobies.
Pop and fresh!
Pop and fresh boobies.
Pop and fresh boobies. We've already had 2 different words for tits. Oh no, 3. We had chest and we've had 3. So we've had 3 words for boobs so far in a single paragraph.
Yep. Anybody who's reading along with us will notice that I've been replacing those words as I've been reading through. And I don't know how good things like YouTube's text recognition is, so I've blacked them out as well. So we've got Bizzle saying tangy boobies. Scruff says, you know when you've been tangoed. And Bizzle wants to know, what did she put on them? Ketchup? I don't really understand. I can't picture what Pop and Fresh booby is. Is Pop and Fresh a brand or something, or
are they popping? Like, because Pop and Fresh must be a brand. Which, by the way, like, I hate it when people do this. Like, if it's an urban fantasy or like, you know, realistic, it's fine. But like, if you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he was watching Star Trek, and it's like, because in 100 years, maybe Star Trek's still known, but like, nobody's gonna get your Kim Kardashian reference, you know?
No.
Like, so
also, a crescent bra. Is that a type of bra, or is that just a weird description for a bra?
I think, is it not? No, because they're balcony bras, but maybe it's like a crescent moon shaped bra.
Yeah. I didn't quite understand that because I'd never heard of a crescent bra, but I wanted to check with somebody who's more au fait with bras than I am as to whether that was a thing or not.
I wear sports bras, so.
Scuff says, new from Iceland, pop and fresh chicken breasts. And Bizzle, excuse me. Bizzle says, damn it, I've just chucked a sherbet dib-dab down my top and now my norks are all tangy.
Fizzy, too. It's, pop and fresh. That's really, okay.
Oh, Beast has done a bit of Googling for us and apparently it's a brand of dough. So the boobs will feel like dough.
No. You know, like when you crack
bread.
when they crack the cookie, they get the tubes of cookie dough, don't they? And they
the
crack
spirally
it.
one, and they kind
of they crack it and it expands. That's an image.
It's certainly an image. Yeah. Shall we move on? I'd like to say it gets better, but I would be lying.
Oh.
So here we go with our next one.
Concerned.
This is a penny candy store beyond the L by Lawrence Ferlinghetti. This is a poem that was written in 1958. A girl ran in. Her hair was rainy. Her boobs were breathless in the little room. Outside, the leaves were falling, and they cried. Too soon, too soon. And that's it. That's the whole poem.
I have questions.
Go on.
Where's the rhyme? Where's the
Well, we've got room and too soon.
Well, I guess, but like, I don't feel any of the beat in it. Apart from the too soon.
Yeah.
But why are the leaves falling and crying too soon? Because what? Her boobies are tiny or something? I'm confused.
I also don't know why they're breathless. I didn't realise boobies breathed.
I mean, see, right? Okay,
you've got to let them breathe now and again, so you don't get the sweat in between them or underneath them, obviously. But I don't think that's the sort of breathing he's on about.
I think, yeah. See, a chest was breathless. Could maybe like, her chest was moving as if she was breathless, or she was like, but like her boobies being breathless. Like, is that where the lungs are? Is it a haiku? I don't think it's a haiku.
No, it's not a 5-7-5 syllable layout, is it?
No. This is a fail on all accounts.
Yeah.
The rhyme is poop, and the imagery is poop.
So I'm sorry, Mr. Ferlinghetti, who's probably dead now because he wrote this in 1958, but Mash does not approve of your poem.
No, I don't approve. I'm not very good at. You know this because I had to ask you for help with poem, right? I am not good with poetry, and like because my accent's all over the place, I rhyme the wrong words, and like So like no, big no.
So let's see what chat has to say. Beast says, I'm lost at this style. Mm-hmm. Seems fair. A True says, it's like the boobies bouncing boobily. Bizzle says, her boobs were wheezing like an asthmatic donkey. I
can make that joke, I'm asthmatic.
And Scuff says, two knackered breasts sweating in the corner.
Room and soon. Yeah, no, that's what I was like, room and soon. Like, it's not really
It's not a full rhyme, but it was the nearest I could find.
Yeah.
Yeah, be saying that they're not equal to each other. Yeah, that's correct.
No.
I get the feeling you want to move on. Don't worry, I've got more than our usual 5 tonight, because I knew we'd spend less time on each one. I've got enough till we get fed up. Right, let's have a look at the next one. This is Lost City by Clive Cussler.
Oh, Jesus. I've got a bunch of his books in my spare room.
Okay, well, here we go. The climax would come when the last 2 contestants spent the night hunting each other using night scopes and paintball guns, a stunt that was based on the short story The Most Dangerous Game. The survivor was awarded another $1 million. Jodie was a physical fitness teacher from Orange County, California. She had a killer body in a bikini, although her curves were wasted under her down-filled clothes. She had long blonde hair and quick intelligence that she had hidden to get on the programme. You're right there, Mash.
She had a killer body in the bikini.
Although her curves were wasted under her down-filled clothes.
Whose perspective is this in? Is this in hers? It can't be in her perspective. Right, so the climax would come tonight, right? That's suggestive imagery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like they're trying to make the hunt sexual.
Yep.
And then they throw in the physical fitness instructor with the big killer body. Right, it doesn't, yeah, even Tia stood up to show her disapproval at this.
Yeah.
Like, so, right, this is my question. Like, if this is in someone else's perspective, it could be just, like, personal opinion. But...
yeah.
It's written by Clive Cussler, and I don't know how modern his writing style is.
I would imagine it would depend which Clive Cussler, whether it's one of his early or later, because he's quite prolific and has been writing for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because like modern writing, it would be in someone's perspective. So if my character is thinking that, it'd be kind of funny, if that makes sense.
Just from this one short paragraph, it feels like the author is the narrator. It's that style. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, it's third person, but it's all from one guy's perspective. It's all his opinion. So yeah, that's kind of funny. But still, it's definitely, he has an opinion about this woman.
Definitely. And apparently, ladies shouldn't be wearing bulky clothing because that hides their curves. And that's just wasteful, apparently.
Yeah, he's like, it's wasteful because I don't get to see it, and he wants to see it. Yeah, no, I can see what he was going for.
Yeah. It's not good, though. It's not good.
No, it's definitely giving your character is an F-boy.
Yeah, and it's like, giving that this Jodie character is more of an object than a character.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like reading people as objects.
No, I get that.
So chat, apparently Bizzle's enjoying himself, shall we say. Scuff says even Tia disapproves. Atru says this reminds me of some of the old hunting clubs, run at a few adult clubs. We won't ask any more questions on that, Atru. We'll save that for the Discord. Beast says in Dutch cinema we have a concept of nudity without function. And I think we just had the literary variant. Oh, nudity without function. I like that term.
There's the boobies there for boobies' sake.
Yeah, just because.
Well, they did that a lot in the... Because it was in the 80s. It was all, like, the adult stuff. Like in the opening of Die Hard, when he goes into the office and there's a lady there with her boobies out. And yeah, it was just gratuitous nudity for the sake of it.
You could take it even more literally. I don't know if you remember the launch of Channel 5 when that launched in the UK, and you used to have the weather done by the topless lady.
No,
sometimes she'd even bounce on a trampoline whilst reading the weather. Yeah, this was a thing. And for those who aren't British, no, this wasn't on cable TV. This was beamed through the air directly into everybody's house. No subscription required.
What?
Yeah.
I missed that.
You apparently you did.
No wonder it took me so long to figure things out. If that had been on my telly, I think I'd have come out sooner.
Now, Kath says taco leftovers, and I don't know how to take that statement, so I'm just going to say that I've read it, and I'm going to move on, because I don't know how to take that comment from Kath. So let's have a look at the next passage, shall we? Because, yeah, that one was... Well, that happened. Let's try the next one. So this one is from Charnel House by Graham Masterton, written in 1977. The receptionist was a buxom girl in a tight white dress who must have tipped the balance for many a touch-and-go coronary patient. She had bouffant black hair in which her nurse's cap nestled like a neatly laid egg, and enough teeth for herself and 3 others like her. Not that there could have been 3 others like her, or even 1.
Oh, enough teeth for herself and 3 others like her. What? So she had such a big smile. She had 3 sets of teeth, or was she like a? Is she like a shark and had like 3 sets?
I think what he's trying to say is that she's got big boobs. Shame about the face. I think that's what he's essentially
yeah, she's a
trying to say.
butterface. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's tip the balance for coronary patients.
Yeah, it was that line that's why I put this one in. It was that must have tipped the balance for many a touch and go coronary patient. Like her boobs were so big when she was dressed in a nurse's outfit that men actually died.
Yeah. I mean, what a way to go.
There's worse ways, I suppose.
It's just the enough teeth. Like, she just got like lots of really thin teeth, and that's why she's got so many of them. I'm stuck on the description here.
Oh, what was that film? The one where the lady had teeth in her
Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Teeth. Yeah, it's called Teeth.
Was it just called Teeth? That's what when I'm hearing about this sexy lady with loads and loads of teeth. That's what I'm picturing, and I don't like it. But yeah. So what have we got in chat? Kath says that she was actually talking about food, so fair dues. Sorry, Kath, for lowering the tone, because, yeah, it's definitely not been lowered on this stream already. Scruff says, all teeth and boobs. Gotcha. Kath also says, big horsey teeth. Scruff says, that's an elder god... That's an elder god description right there.
It's the fact that they went to the effort of calling it a bouffant black hair. So this is the thing that I love, like all the details they come up with, because like the crescent bra, and it's like, my dude, you're so close. Like, you know how to describe things. You have the vocabulary, and yet you chose to go with neatly laid egg.
Yep.
Why an egg? Like, what does a neatly laid egg have to do with any of this? Like, why are we bringing chicken butts into things? Like, it, no.
So is he saying that her hair is kind of all over the place? Is that why it's...
No, it's...
Is he like... describing it as a nest? Because it caps like, the egg.
The egg, yeah. So I don't know if he was trying to say, like, she's motherly and it's a nest, and, like, bring in the imagery of, like, that. I just can't get any of this.
Because I wasn't sure whether he was saying like her hair was wild, you know, like when you say, "Oh, my hair looks like a bird's nest today." I didn't know whether he was going down that sort of avenue.
But then he says like a neatly laid egg, so like it would be like the neatly doesn't go with it. Yeah, see, it's just everywhere. It can't decide what it wants to be.
What else we got in chat? Bizzle says if she smiles when she walks past the self-service scanner at Tesco, she comes up as a set of saucepans. And Kath wants to know, how can you lay an egg neat? To which Dr. James the Yorkshireman replies, you don't cook it on the way out.
Right, so I had chickens, right? We all know I had chickens. I love chickens, right? And like my chickens actually would leave like the nest quite neat. So like I can kind of like you see like pigeons can't make nests for anything. They're rubbish at it. So like when you see like chickens though, they kind of like shuffle down and get themselves all comfy, and it pushes all the hay out. So you do kind of get like this lovely little nest to it. So I can kindly see it, but no.
I think I'd see it more if we were talking about a bald man wearing a nurse's cap, because I could see that looking like an egg in a nest if he's got like the no hair on top and the hair around him. But
I think because the bouffant is the big hair, right? So the big hair, and then you have the hat in it, so it would dip it, and so I think it would like come in and like poof around the hat, and then it would look like it was in a nest.
It's
But
just
I don't
not
know
a
why
very
it would.
flattering
I
description.
don't.
is
Yeah,
it?
I don't know why it would look like an egg. Like, anyway.
And I agree with the true. I'm also thinking of Call the Midwife era nurses, because nurses now don't wear the little white caps. I've not seen a nurse wearing that for a long time.
You see the blue uniform still though.
Yeah, but they don't have the little doily on their head.
Yeah, they got rid of the hat. I mean, like, can you imagine like trying to launder that, like trying to keep it white? It'd be like grey within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Especially if you threw it in with the blue stuff.
Oh, can you imagine?
Who separates the colours?
Don't remember the last time I separated colours. The only time I do that is if I'm washing a white shirt to wear with a suit. That's the only thing I ever wash separately.
Colour catchers, see? Dr. Jameson's on it. I don't even use them. I'm like, may the colours land where they land. Like, I think the problem is because, like, I'm an artist, so I'm just like, yeah, it's art.
Yeah, like I said, there's only one garment that I ever wash separately to everything else. And Scruff risks pink socks, but there's a good solution for that, Scruff. If you just buy pink socks to begin with, then it doesn't matter. They're not going to get dyed pink. And yes, are true. That's why I stopped myself halfway through a sentence, because I realised that's where the sentence was heading and I stopped and rephrased it. But I am going to acknowledge that I've seen what you typed. Right, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, mine is as well. It was a bit of a disappointing mouthful.
Cold brew! Cold brew! I need a cold brew emote, because, like, everyone ends up with a cold brew.
I think we should have one of those actually on the TYG channel.
Yeah, someone put it in Mash Memos so we don't forget.
Cool, so our next one is from A Purple Place for Dying, which was written in 1964 by John D. MacDonald.
I'm from Scotland, so I know a few John McDonalds.
I don't know the author, but apparently Scruff doesn't have access.
Oh, yeah! That is not a story for stream.
No.
Anyway,
shall we move on? I ran out of answers and picked up my suitcase and continued on down the mountain. I thought how curiously merciless it is to kill a provocative woman. They aren't supposed to be killed. No one is supposed to render them useless, all that sweet flesh and heat and honeyed membrane. But dead she was, and dead she would forever be, so I occupied myself with devising and double-checking blah 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 blah.
what? Right. Whose perspective is this in? So he runs down the mountain and he's like, how merciless it was. Like, so is it a woman?
Let me go back up a bit. So I assume this is written from the perspective of a man as well. It feels like it's...
Yeah,
it's
but like, why is he thinking about how merciless it is to kill a provocative woman? Like, why is he thinking about...
I don't know.
Huh?
It's the no one is supposed to render useless all that sweet flesh and heat and honeyed membrane. It's like, ew.
Why is it honeyed?
I don't know.
He sounds like a cannibal.
He sounds like he should be on a register.
Yeah, it sounds like he's like hunting her down to eat her, like genuinely. Like he sounds like a cannibal.
Yeah. Scruff says it's sweet and sticky. And Emmy says, oh hi Emmy by the way. Emmy says honeyed membrane nom 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 nom.
He does. It sounds like a zombie thriller. And like, to be fair, the way it's paced at the beginning, because if you scroll up a little bit, it actually, like, the car. Why? So it feels like it's amping up tension. It's like, I ran out of answers, and I picked up my suitcase, and I'm run down the mountain. And whilst I'm running, I'm thinking, don't you think it's weird that people would kill, like, provocative women? I mean, they're just provocative women. They're so blah, blah, blah. And, like, what? Why are you thinking about this now?
Or has he just has he come across a body? And this
Well,
is what
that's
he's
because
thinking
then-
about
yeah.
the body? Or
'Cause-
is he planning to go somewhere to kill somebody that he's got to kill for whatever plot MacGuffin reason? I don't know. But Dr. James does say, show your membrane for the lads.
Get your membrane out for the lads. Yeah, but to be fair, when you scroll down a bit, right? He says, "But dead she was, and dead she would be forever." So I occupied myself with devising and double checking something
reasonable story after I had let myself out.
He's just murdered her.
I
He's
think
the
he
guy.
might have done.
I think he's a murderer. I like this is he's a creep.
So this his way of regretting killing her, saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have killed her. I should have slept with her instead." I don't like saying that out loud, but I
Is that what he's? Yeah, because this is from the this is a tension scene. This isn't a. You can tell from like the questions at the end. It's supposed to be like, so like, and now he's but dead she was. So like he's kind of coming to terms with the fact that I think he did something naughty.
It is from a book called A Purple Place for Dying.
Yeah, he did something naughty.
Yeah.
And he probably did it to a corpse.
Okay, my brain hadn't gone there, but thanks for that, Mash. Sadly, I think you're probably right.
I know, that's the worst thing, yeah.
Cool, let's move on to the next one. Before I think about that too much. So, our next one is from Sleeping Beauties by Stephen and Owen King.
Oh dear.
I'm assuming this is the Stephen King. I don't know who
The
Owen
Stephen
King
King.
is.
I think his son writes, actually.
I don't know, is it his son or his brother or...
I don't know.
Somebody in chat, Google it for me because I can't be bothered.
There's a Google. You've read this? No.
Oh, it's his son, apparently. Okay. So, here we go with this one.
We're not reading that.
The woman on the bunk bed opened her eyes, which were almond-shaped and as dark as her hair. She swung her legs down to the floor. Long and lovely they were, even in her baggy intake coverall, and yawned. She swung her legs down... No, I've read that bit. She stretched her arms, thrusting forward a pair of breasts that put Claudia's to shame.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Right, okay, so first of all, almond shape. We don't do that anymore. People don't like that. But like, she swung her legs down onto the floor, long and lovely as they were. See, like, that long and lovely they were, like, so that, I'd be alright.
Yep.
If it... I don't know, it's just a bit, with the thrusting forward, the boobies bit, it's just like, it's too much.
It doesn't help that I also fell over my words halfway through reading it. That also
I know,
doesn't
but
help.
so we're supposed to be in Claudia's perspective, I'm assuming, because like Claudia's the one like, oh, mine are smaller than hers. We're doing the
Or are we
JRPG.
just from the perspective of a judgmental narrator
Yeah.
who's saying, "Oh, she's got really nice legs, but her boobs aren't as good as Claudia's."
See, this is the thing that annoys me because like nowadays we tend to write things in perspectives more than like a omniscient voice.
Yeah.
So like that's where I'm coming from with this, and like I like being in perspectives. I like writing in my character's voice.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these older stuff don't do that, and so like it's for me I'm going straight to the it's in somebody's perspective, but it's not. It's in a floating omniscient perspective. So this is in the author's voice.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So if
And
we got
that's the thing.
Emmy says all boobs is good boobs.
Yes.
Scruff says he imagines her with boobs on a tray thrusting them forward. Well, you can keep that thought to yourself, Scruff.
Here, have boob.
or is it like a ba-doing, doing, doing? Emmy says we also need to listen to the podcast My Dad Wrote a Porno, which is hilarious and has so many different analogies for boobs. Low-hanging pomegranates smashing together is apparently one.
See, I have like a a pet peeve on this. So I hate actually describing the bits in sex scenes. I will describe everything but, and like, see, all right, I'm gonna go on a bit of an author tangent. I'm really sorry. I love writing, and it's my hyper focus. But anyway, so when I write sex scenes, my favorite thing is to write about something else. So I've got scenes where my characters are having arguments whilst getting down to it. I've got scenes where my characters are releasing stress and talking about something else. I've got scenes where they're like halfway through doing something and then they, so it's always about the stuff around it that's important to me. It's the scene itself, the sexy times, it's just like an action sequence, like a fight scene. It has to have a purpose and a meaning, otherwise you're just writing erotica.
Yeah.
So like it really it really annoys me when people put all the disgusting words in, because there's no need for it.
It's like I was reading something the other week, and it must have been a page-long description of somebody's member, in very, very detailed, about describing all the veins and everything, and I'm like, I don't need to know all this. You can just tell me it's a member, and my brain can do the rest.
I know, so I think there's a point where it becomes you're over describing it to the point where it's not sexy anymore as well. But then if I'm gonna describe the actual like making out bit and the scene of it, like I did for book 1, I said their limbs like wrapped around the other like ivy, and so like I'll use imagery as opposed to like actually being like, oh, he put his D in her V, and like. Yeah. Like, and like, why do I need to write that? You know what they're doing.
But the minute you said limbs wrapping like ivy, my brain filled in that, and that's what it's all about. It's about, so... I understand exactly what you mean there. Makes so much more sense than a bird nest hairdo.
Well, that's why, and so like that's why I tend to like when I do write the sexy time scenes, I tend to write more in like metaphor and like poetry, because it's supposed to be an emotional event.
Yeah. Unless it's explicitly not an emotional event.
Yeah, but then you cut to black before the really dirty bit, so like you can build up the tension. Like I think I've ended a couple of like scenes with a pull around the pants or a push onto the bed, and like there's so many ways you can amp up the tension and then leave it to the imagination of your readers.
Yeah.
And like that's way hotter than anything I'm gonna write on the page, because y'all are filthy.
It's the same as like when you're doing like tabletop roleplay with your mates. You don't actually want to act out a sex scene with your mates.
Well, so some of you do, you mingers.
All right, yeah. Some of you are mingers, that is true. I don't want to act out sex scenes with my mates. So you take it to a point where you know that's what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you stop. You don't need to mention the rest.
Well, what do I know? I write tragic romances, and everyone hates me for it. So don't listen to me for sex scenes. I write tragic stuff.
So I'm gonna ignore all the chat about boobs and boons, because that will make no sense out of context. But Dr. James does say that readers are dumb.
Yes.
Which is fair, but to be honest, I'm starting to feel that some authors might be as well, as we're getting on with this today. That wasn't aimed at you, Mash, just for
No. I say this as someone who edits other people's work on a regular basis. Like, I have left critique groups because of bad authors, and like these people went on to publish these things.
Apparently, Emmy does like reading about boobs described in detail. Well,
I mean,
did I put that one in? If I didn't put one in, Emmy, I will send you a link to a Reddit post later. I can't remember if I put it in or not, or whether I decided it was a bit too rude. Time will tell. And now Mash is worried.
I know, so I'm trying to think if I ever described boobs, like actually just described the boobs, because I always described like Nimity, who everyone's favourite, because, you know, dommy mommy. But she has a necklace, and that's always, like, in her cleavage. So, like, whenever someone looks at her cleavage, they're always drawn directly to the the ruby instead, and so generally it's like the cleavage is around there, but it's always like secondary. So I don't even think with Nimity I really just was like her boobs. Yeah, boobs,
You could
boobies.
write it like a man, and you could say the ruby nestled in between her boobs like that spare Haribo in the bag of marshmallows. That's what they'd say, right?
Like a fried egg. Dobby mommy bay. Like, yeah, that's it. All of you fall in love with the narcissist. Yeah, that's gonna end well for you all.
We don't judge people on who they enjoy reading and falling in love with in literature.
I write
you avoid
you-
people like that in real life. That's what literature's for. It's so you can enjoy it in fantasy and fantasy alone.
I write you a perfectly stoic, tragic hero who's just like there, and everyone's like, Dobby mommy.
I tell you, I haven't read very much yet because the world got in the way. Are there blonde bad boys in it at all?
There's a himbo blonde bad boy.
That'll do.
He's
That'll do
himbo,
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what I want.
Yeah.
You're-
no,
you're-
Farron's cute. We like
Your
Farron.
Spike, Joffrey, that kind of character.
No,
Aw.
he's proper himbo. Think Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's more of I want to cuddle him to death rather than the.
For like the
other
first
things.
book, there's a point in like the next book that I haven't released yet where he kind of gets his glow up and he becomes a daddy.
Oh no, I'm definitely here for that.
so-
Himbo becomes a daddy.
Yeah, well they've got like because like this is the thing with series, like I hate when characters don't progress or have any character arcs, and so like all of mine are like I started with the trope and then I evolve it. So
Are we going to have the inevitable twink death in the middle?
no,
Where he grows out
because-
of being a twink and nobody loves him till he turns into a daddy a bit later on.
No, because I can't do anything mean to Tharin. I got through 4 books and I was like, oh, I've not done anything mean to this character. And I was like, oh, right, okay, I'm going to have to go back and like write some of the tragic in just to kind of even things out a bit. Dog!
Evening, dog. How are you? And Emmy
TYG
says, "Don't you
Maxine.
dare be mean to Tharin."
It's done, I'm sorry. I'm on like book 7 already.
Oh well, Emmy, you've got something to look forward to.
There's lots to look forward to.
Cryptid also says, "Do not hurt the boy." I think you're going to be in trouble.
I'm already in trouble. Just when everyone finishes book 2 and then they're like, Mash, I need to have a word with you. And I'm like, sorry. I'm really sorry.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. So this is from Necromancer by William Gibson, which was written in 1984.
That scares me.
It'll be fine.
No, because... Yeah.
Opening his eyes, he saw Molly, naked and just out of reach, across an expanse of the new pink temper form. Overhead, sunlight filtered through the soot-stained grid of a skylight. 1/2 metre square of the glass had been replaced with chipboard. A fat grey cable emerging there to dangle a few centimetres from the floor. He lay on his side and watched her breathe. Her breasts, the sweep of a flank defined with a functional elegance of a warplane's fuselage. Sorry, that's why I was falling off my words, because I knew that bit was coming. Her body was spare, neat, the muscles like a dancer's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit to unpack here.
Just a bit.
We're in a serial killer room, obviously.
It certainly
because-
sounds that way.
Like, what? Right, okay, so, like, we're setting the scene here, and, like, when you're setting the scene, you tend to, like, focus in on the main important bits, and be like, so there's some pink foam on the floor, and then the skylight's being half taken out with wood, and then there's a cable hanging out of it. This sounds like a serial killer den. It really does.
I don't know, because to me the line, across an expanse of very new pink temper foam makes me think that they've got a brand new mattress, and maybe it's like his new bride on the brand new mattress that she's lying on naked, just out of his reach. So I don't know whether it's that sort of...
Oh, you lay on his side and watched her breathe. So, like, yeah, where is he compared to her? And
why is he comparing her body to the elegance of a warplane's fuselage?
why is a warplane's fuselage elegant?
Yeah, but you won't want to sleep with it.
I would have thought of an airplane would be more like phallic imagery, because it's a, you know.
Oh, it looks like Atru may have actually read this book and is giving us a bit of extra context here. So Atru says, moles are killer, all lean and angles, and apparently necromancer... Oh, sorry, it says neuromancer, is that what it's called? No, necromancer. Necromancer was where modern cyberpunk really finds its form.
Huh. So, I mean, like, I just... Spare, neat, the muscles like a dancer. Like... It's just, I wouldn't write anything like that, if I'm honest. It's like spare, neat, the muscles like a dancer. So, like, what... Shouldn't that be a semicolon?
I don't understand the... Well, yes, it should. But I also don't understand the use of the word spare.
Yeah. That's like is it supposed to be like spry or like what's the other word for like lean? Spry. Is it spry?
Yeah.
Like it definitely feels like that's not the right word, and it's definitely some punctuation needs changing.
Apparently, it should be neuromancer, not necromancer. I wasn't sure who was right and who was wrong, but it would appear that the person who put this onto Reddit typed the title wrong. It should be neuromancer, as in brain, neuro.
Yeah. Weird. Very weird.
Apparently, spare is another word for lean, apparently.
Is another word. It's... To be fair, how old was it?
84.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when people use like a copse of trees. Like nobody uses that anymore. Like there are so many words that are becoming archaic. So
I would still describe a copse of trees. I'm sorry.
yeah, but nobody really uses it, do they?
No, I'm old. I know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's not everybody does it anymore. So copse is a good word. Do you know what? Copse comes up as a spelling error in OpenOffice.
That's probably because it thinks you might meaning to say corpse.
Corpse, yeah.
What have we got? Cryptid says he wishes he could find someone who would compare his body to the elegance of a warplane's fuselage. I'm not reading Bizzle's comics, it's filth. Cryptid then goes on to say, I'm a military aviation nerd though. I'd sleep with an F-16.
No, you wouldn't. Do not. It'd have to be at least an F-18.
Yeah, that. What they said.
Correct that. 21 plus, please.
Cool. I have no idea what's going on right now. Apparently, Cryptid will also do horrible things to an F/A -18.
Have you been playing War Thunder again, man? Not all, like, real-life planes have, like, waifus on them.
You can tell I know an awful lot about planes by the way I read out the name of that plane, can't you? Don't think you're supposed to say /
FA-18, yeah.
Right, let's have a look at the next story. This is from We by Yevgeny Zamyatin, which was written in 1920.
Oh, God. Okay.
Always scary when you go back this far in literature.
But you say that, but then I read, like, Little Women, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and No. The other one. I didn't do Pride and Prejudice, I did the other one. Anyway, I did a whole, like, bunch of them, Quite a lot of them were just like little, little women, it's nice girls going off and like spending time with rich boys and worrying about the future, and it was all quite surface level. And to be honest, it wasn't that bad. The only complaint I had was with Little Women was that I felt like Jo was being set up to be like a trans woman, and I was really disappointed when she grew up and became a house mum.
Perhaps I think if it had been written today, that might have been a bit different.
Yeah, no, and I said that once on Twitter and got absolutely hounded. So
that's all right. I've said it now, so feel free to hound me. Any
Well, no,
engagement's
that's what
engagement. It's all good for the algorithm.
I did think if Jo was written nowadays, it might, like, obviously if the author was that way inclined, would possibly like go that way, because it would.
It's like when you read Famous Five books when you were a kid. I can't remember the name of the older girl's name in the Famous Five. There is no way that girl is straight.
Yeah, I think it's like they were all roommates. It's always been there. It's always been quietly coded.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, keep derailing you.
No, that's what this is about. It'd be boring if I was just sat here just reading stuff. Okay. So some woman wearing a tight belt over her yoni and above the two fat hemispheres of her buttocks, which she kept moving from side to side as if she had eyes in them, snorted at me. "He's got a stomachache. Take him to the toilet. Over yonder, second on the right." So there we go. I'm not quite sure what a yoni is. I think
What's
I can
a
guess.
yoni?
Is it another
Over
word for...
her yoni and the two fat hemispheres of her buttocks. Yeah, I'm going to assume like a yoni is a fanny.
Yeah,
Like
a lady garden.
a lady garden, yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Front bottom.
from side to side as if she had eyes in them? Why would her eyes be moving?
Why are eyes in her buttocks?
Yeah, like why would she as if she no, but it's like they're moving from side to side as if they've got eyes in them. So is her bum going like, yeah, like this is the imagery I have. Is
Yeah.
her bum's going?
Well, he does describe them as two fat hemispheres,
Fat hemispheres, like.
which is a horrific way to describe anybody's. They are saying that yoni is puss, according to chat. So we were right with our guess via context. It's just a word I've not heard before.
So my question is, okay, how does he know what her ass looks like if she's walking towards him?
That's very true.
She's like some woman wearing a tight belt over her yoni, which is the front, and then over the two she kept moving from. So like, how does he know that if she's clearly running towards him, shouting he's got a stomachache?
Is
So,
he
like-
implying that this belt is fastened so tight that you can actually see the outline of her front bottom as well as her back bottom? Is he like implying camel toes going on here?
I don't know, because like her yoni. No, I think her butt is what's moving, but like it does say like it seems like she's coming towards him. Like, is her ass that big that you can see it swinging from side to side? Like she's got.
That is literally what Kath's literally just put in chat now.
Yeah.
Her cheeks so big they swing from side to side.
Like. Also, like, I'm not being funny. Take him to the toilet over yonder, right? So clearly there's some kind of bathroom emergency going on, and he took the time to describe her buttocks. Like, surely that's not important in this moment.
I'd be more concerned about emptying whichever orifice it is that the stomachache is requiring emptying.
Yeah. No, this. Sorry.
No, it's all right. This was meant to make you cross. I'd have been disappointed if you hadn't have been cross by the end of this session, Mash.
Yeah, right. And because like, right, because it's the same as sex scenes. It has to serve a purpose, right? So like, if not, you're just writing words for the sake of writing words. And this is a point where you will realize that my entire book series is just one really, really, really long poem. Because like every scene, every like bit, even the stuff that seems throwaway, there has to be something there, or else what's the point in writing it?
Yep.
Like, if the point of writing this scene is to get from point A to point B, then just cut it. Like if you literally have them walking through a road for the sake of walking through the road, just be like, they walked through the road.
Yeah.
It's your readers don't care. Like they want the important stuff. They want to feel everything. They want to like see the emotions and sink their teeth into it. And like why
if
waste
you have
time?
to describe the road to put an emotion into it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
If you have to describe the dark, oppressive road that they're shuffling down, because that gives you that feeling,
It sets the scene.
then great. But if not, it's just a road.
Yeah. It's like when you get these things where it's like, oh, they're walking down the road and it's like they're just like sat chatting and it's like, what are they chatting about? And then you get to the end of the book and you go back to that scene and it has no relevance to anything else. Whereas you could like put in oh yeah, I was thinking about that. Or like, you know what I mean? Some kind of like foreshadowing. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be a little bit. What on earth does her buttocks have to do with anything?
No idea. Cryptid says he's just assuming that she's caked up. I've already read
But what does that have to do with anything here? Some dude's about to blow.
In more ways than one, possibly, depending on how much he likes big butts.
Me cannot lie.
I'm glad you got that one. Bizzle says he's got one of those telescopic selfie sticks, experts upskirting. And a true said, Mash edited Lord of the Rings. Walk to Mordor, pff, cut it out. Cryptid's paraphrased the whole of this passage with, I was going to poo myself real bad, but damn, that girl had a badonkadonk.
I mean, I hate to be that person, but I couldn't finish Lord of the Rings. It was too long. It was too long-winded. I'm sorry. If I was the I was the editor for Lord of the Rings, I'd cut so much out. Like I got halfway through the Fellowship and I'm like, God damn it, we've not even left the Shire. Like,
I was all right with the books, but I do remember watching the Hobbit film and the first one, and I was just like, why? How can you drag this over 2 more films?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, no,
my
I agree.
goodness.
But the fact is, The Hobbit, perfect. Okay, I do have a couple of gripes with The Hobbit, but like in terms of pacing and
the book's great, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about the actual book itself.
Yeah.
So, I read The Hobbit a couple of years ago now because I wanted to see how Tolkien did fight scenes. I wanted to see how Tolkien did action sequences because Lord of the Rings is so iconic, The Hobbit's so iconic. So I went in, and then I got to the battle at the end, and it's like 2 pages, and like Bilbo's not even awake for most of it. And you get to the next page, and everyone's dead. And I was like, wait, where? And so like I didn't feel any emotions. I was like, what? And so like I was really upset because I read it to learn, and I didn't learn anything.
Yeah. Tom Cardy has an amazing song about this, quite encrypted. Eminog says, I will not hear a bad word about Lord of the Rings. Fingers in ears, la 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 la. Cryptid says, to be fair, The Hobbit was a short novel and they tried to spin it into 10 hours of film. Absolutely. Aturi says, justice for Tom
Bombadil. Mr. Bombadil is the
that?
ADHD character who should have had the ring but didn't.
Ah, okay. And Bizzle said, should have just flown the Eagles to Mount Doom, job done.
Yeah, but they only had like a 3 in their movement speed, and so they had to take long rests, and so it wouldn't have been as interesting.
Doc says, as far as I know, The Hobbit only exists because he used to tell it to his son as a bedtime story, and his son kept pointing out inconsistencies between tellings, so he wrote it down, although that may be rubbish.
I think there was some truth to that. It kind of started as I think a lot of things start like that, though. Because, I mean, all my books started as bedtime stories I told myself.
Yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was one that Ian Fleming told to his kids, wasn't it?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Even though Christopher Robin grew up to hate Winnie the Pooh, but oh well.
Did he? Aww.
Yeah, apparently he didn't like... Which is fair, because do you want to go to school and all your kids know that you're the Christopher Robin? I can see why that might be a bit...
Yeah.
Weird. So I'm going to suggest that we take 5 minutes now, because we've been on for nearly an hour, and I don't know about you, but if I don't moisten my throat, it's going to die. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave our wonderful audience with some clips to watch, because I think I've figured it out so it works properly this week.
We do not apologise for our community and their clips, because they are chaos. I've been sat watching them on my streams in the morning.
They are very good. So enjoy the clips. Feel free to take the mickey out of each other on the various different clips and stuff. And Mash and I will be back in a little bit. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Oh, beautiful.
Better.
Mini Viking says Sonia.
Hello, everybody. We are back. Hope you all enjoyed your break and had a nice time. I hope you enjoyed the clips.
Yeah, I got my hoodie on. Look, I'm repping TYGs now.
Yep. All the cool kids are repping TYG.
TYG merch. Also, actually, I haven't shown this off yet. Because I've got the clapper. It was a gift that we got from YouTube.
How cool is that?
So we got this from the partner program. So thank you everyone for helping us get to partner. And like we got a little clapper thing.
I have to say I'm slightly disappointed in YouTube that they put that glossy coat on it so that it shines light when you're trying to use it in a filming.
On the street, yeah.
It's just like, can you not put some sort of matte thing finish on it? Cozy is here and says, "Mashy face."
It is mash face. You missed Tia face earlier.
You did.
You
And if
did.
you'd have been on before we'd actually gone live, you'd have missed Tia butt. And Atlantic Stardust is also saying hi to Cozy.
Hey Stardust, how are you doing, precious? How's
Everybody's
Cozy?
saying hi to Cozy.
All the shouting.
All the shouting.
We do love our Cozy Witch, who made all of our lovely avatars that you can see behind us. Yeah.
Ooh, let's do it that way.
We've got some really cool stuff actually coming, so yeah. I'm excited.
Cozy's work is always exciting.
I've got them working hard. Yeah. Slave master.
Cool. So I'm just going to read the little bit of what somebody wrote about this one before I scroll down and actually let you read the actual text of it. So we're going to have a look at this one.
Do we want to retell everyone what we're doing before we get back into it?
Oh, go on then. So yeah, that's probably a very good point. Welcome to the second part of Reddit and Weep tonight. My name's JG Plays. We're going through Men Writing Women, which is a subreddit which is lots of snippets and clips from various works of literature where men have an interesting way usually of describing the female anatomy. It's
Unique.
unique, yeah. We'll go with unique. Some may say horrific, but there we go. Nature Child Pearl has just redeemed a care package.
Everybody hydrate and just
So-
stretch.
I will grab a little bit of a mouthful of very cold coffee.
I'm not doing that, my bruise. Gone.
There we go. That's all right. I needed the lubrication. Yep, you heard. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna carry on with where we were, with this new post here, and this one, just the title says, "From Breakfast Hash, a Gab's story," which was written by Chris Rue. "This is cursed AF and makes me want to find God."
Okay. I'm in. Okay, let's see if it makes me want to find God.
Let's see. So the sample says, the excerpt says, "It was dead simple. Gabs checked the dinner office and found the camera system. The VCR system was older than her ovaries. She shoved her hand in the slot. Just as she had figured, there was no tape. Bruno was almost as cheap as Papa." So, Mash, when was the last time you described something as being older than your ovaries?
Honestly, never. I would like to, because like older than her ovaries. So she is as old as her ovaries, because it's suggesting that her ovaries are not the same age as she is, but they are. So it's
Well,
older than her.
Well, really, her ovaries are actually a little bit older, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
Because you only start
exactly.
counting your age from birth.
Exactly. So like this is like, why would you like say older than your ovaries? Like you say more shriveled up than your ovaries, or
Yeah.
as useless as your ovaries, or hate you as much as your ovaries. But
Yeah.
like you wouldn't say older than your ovaries.
Like, I've heard the phrase, I'm as old as my face, but not as old as my teeth. That's what that my granddad used to say, because of the fact that
Oh,
his
I don't.
teeth didn't come till he was later, and
Now I'm thinking about that. That's gross. No, but your teeth are there when you're born, so like that's
yeah, but they're not visible.
no.
Well, your ovaries, if your ovaries are ever visible, you've got a problem. Please go to the hospital immediately, because ovaries should never be visible.
I also like the thing that Bruno was almost as cheap as Papa, so she's like, oh, he's cheap as well. like.
But yeah,
I don't. Why?
I don't know. Like the person who put this on Reddit, they wrote the
Yeah.
Y. I didn't write that. They wrote the Y and the underline.
I'm trying to see what it says. It took 3.5 cigarettes from something
From
stashed
Bruno's stash to work it out. Most burnt down to the filter without a single drag.
So this is the other thing. So this just shows that it's bad writing. Okay. So is it most burned down to the filter without a single drag? So he's literally lit it and like let it go. Like is he just so focused that he's let it go, or is it just like lit up and then gone? Whoop?
Also, is it most of the cigarettes are burnt down to the filter, or is it the cigarette is mostly burnt down to the filter?
Yeah, and it's like it took 3.5 cigarettes from his stash to work it out. So like,
Sorry, Bizzle's just put her fallopian tubes had aged like a Betamax. Sorry, carry on. That made me giggle.
It's alright. It's alright. My reproductive system is also a useless format. An outdated format. Yeah. But like, yeah. So right, we're actually, but it feels like we're timing stuff in cigarettes. So I don't mind that. We can time stuff in how long a cigarette length is, right? But like, it's like they burnt down to the filter without a single drag. So like, yeah, I'm like, there's too much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, I think we need some more words in there.
That's too many metaphors for like 7 lines of text.
Yeah.
But I do think Bizzle wrote it better.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nature Child says reproduction system needs update 9.0 version 69.
Noise.
And apparently Cozy is sorting out their stream lighting at the moment, which sounds cool. And Bizzle's clearly missing. Yeah, Bizzle, you should write more smut.
The next Chuck Tingle. Bizzle.
Let's move on to the next one. So, this is what the person on Reddit says. I know that Heretics of Doom by Frank Herbert is full of weird quotes, but Lucilla thinking about juices of procreation is my favourite so far.
Juices of procreation.
Yep.
I mean, that's like the seat wetting in, in Rocky Horror.
So here we go. Damn you, Miles, Lucilla muttered. But Ted kept his attention on Duncan. The youth's entire body seemed wired to a new kind of vigour. There was a poise about him that had not been there before. Duncan shifted his attention to Lucilla. You think you will fail in your assignment? Surely not, she said. You're still a male. And she thought, yes, that young body must flow hot with the juices of procreation. Indeed, the hormonal igniters are all intact and susceptible to arousing. His present stance, though, and the way he looked at her, forced her to raise her awareness to new energy-demanding levels.
Okay. I need to unpack some of this.
It's all right. I will allow you time to contemplate the juices of procreation.
It's the hormonal igniters. Hormonal igniters.
Also, please don't word wrap a word like that. That's... But, yeah.
So, like, why are we calling men that? Like, because,
So-
like, if any...
This is a man trying to write what a woman is thinking. And this man thinks that women look and go, oh, he must be full of the juices of procreation.
Do men look at women and think, yes, she looks like she's full of fertile eggs?
Oh, his hormonal igniters are all intact and susceptible to arousing, aren't they?
Like, is she running a honeypot on him? Like, is she... Like, it sounds like she's trying to seduce him into her will or something. Because he's like, your assignment, you're going to fail in your assignment. So, yeah.
Which is quite similar to what Atru's just written. This is about them trying to bend him to their will, trying to use sex ritual techniques to bond him and subdue him to their will.
He does sound like a...
Interesting turn of phrase, isn't it?
Yeah. Juices of procreation. Like, like, women
Just
aren't
right,
that prudish. Yeah, like I know, I'm here with you. Like, because, like, it just feels like she's supposed to be prudish, or...
I don't know.
Like,
just put... And she thought, yes, he's young, dumb, and full of cum. There you go. I fixed it. It makes much more sense that way.
It sounds like a bad porn parody of Ashes of Creation.
Bizzle says, Core, he must be full of man custard. Could he artex my ceiling?
Oh god, was it in Freddy Krueger when the blood bursts out of the bed and just like plasters the ceiling?
I think so, yeah.
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 That's just what went through my head.
Thank you for the information, Atru, but I don't think I could get away with reading that out loud. But yeah, no, that's really cool. I haven't read this book, so that's cool. Thank you for the context. If you're watching this back later, then you're going to have to watch the VOD on Twitch to find out what Atru said.
We're not reading that out.
Because I'm not reading it out loud.
The pros of watching live, I guess.
Yep. Because he says, yes, it was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ah, yes. Johnny Depp. Oh, it's Johnny Depp who got plastered all over the ceiling.
And yes, you're right, there is that scene in Scary Movie, but it's not blood in Scary Movie, is it, Bizzle? I've seen that scene.
I'd like to
stuck to the
rewatch
ceiling.
them. Because I think I've got them downstairs on DVD, right? So I'd like to rewatch the old Scary Movies and see if they've aged as poorly as American Pie.
I imagine that it's probably similar.
That's the thing, though. I don't... Because Scary Movie was taking the mick out of all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think because it's satire, and it's supposed to be satire, it might still be funny.
Bizzle is saying, don't do it, Mash. Emmy and I did it a few months ago.
Alright, okay.
It has not aged well at all.
Oh. Don't you
And
remember...
Atru's given us a readable version, which is cool. He reverses the technique and instead binds her to him.
Ah.
Oh,
Well,
I remember
that's what we know.
Doofus. Oh, poor Doofus.
I don't remember that.
He was the sheriff in Scary
Oh,
Movie.
Doofy, yeah.
Doofy.
And then he... Doofy, yeah.
Yeah.
With the Henry Hoover.
Yeah. Don't come into my room when I'm hoovering, Mum.
He was so gross, and then at the twist at the end, that was funny. I liked that. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I thought maybe it might not have aged as poorly, because I think it was supposed to be horrific. But yeah, it was really not as fun as I remember. Oh, I mean, we were young, and dumb, and impressionable.
That's true. And apparently Doofy is Bizzle's spirit animal.
The Special Officer Doofy. See, it was like, yeah. Anyway.
I sometimes think that maybe we're just better looking back on it fondly, though.
Yeah.
But I am
Yeah.
also tempted to rewatch it. TYG Talks, anyone?
If
Cool.
enough people comment on the next TYG Talks that they want to see us do a TYG Talks scary movie, we'll do it.
There you go. You heard it here. Cryptid says we need to do a watch along of The Room. I don't know The Room. Do you know The Room?
No, because like every time someone says something like that, I think of I Spy, which was like the Big Brother horror one with the cameras, and it turned into a death game.
Tweedle, hot with the juices of procreation, has entered the room.
Are your boobs bouncing bouncily?
Apparently it's a comically hilarious bad movie by Tommy Wiseau. And it's spectacular. And now people are talking about that film we've not seen.
That's fine.
So shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
This is from All My Friends Are Going to Be Strangers by Larry McMurtry. Murtry. Written in
that's fair.
1972.
All my friends are going to be strangers I met on the internet and never meet in real life.
You might do one day.
I'd have to leave the house. That's not happening.
Oh, make them come to you. It's fine.
No, I'm an author. I like to be a like
Alone
feral.
and mysterious.
Yeah. Like you get a stray mash face every so often.
Okay, so All My Friends Are Going to Be Strangers. Here we go. As I was going out of the library, my old clothes held in front of my crotch, I met Dame Juliana. Her bosom quivered with indignation at the mere sight of me. It had been almost in constant motion for years. "Oh, aren't you ever going to mature?" she said. "You look worse than ever. We ordered your book." "Thank you," I said. I always felt humble in her presence.
So he's his old clothes. So has he had an accident and so he's naked?
I'm assuming that he's just covering his bits with some clothes.
And then he's like, a bosom quivered with indignation.
I don't remember anybody ever being that disgusted with me that their bosom quivered. Like, I've annoyed people before, but I've never made their bosoms quiver that I'm aware of. Emmy, have I ever annoyed you enough that your bosoms have quivered? Because I can't remember.
I've held, like, fanny flutters, yeah, sure, but...
Yeah. I've met people who've made my underpants a bit smaller, but not that. What have we got here? Tweedle says author equals recluse.
Yes.
Cryptid's dog's bosoms quivering with indignation. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's indigestion. As is Tweedle's. Something about loincloths. Apparently Bizzle's moobs sometimes quiver, but he just slaps them and the ripple effect takes over. Cozy's saying, everyone, please try and make your bosoms quiver.
I mean, I've been sat here trying to figure out how I do it, but, like, all I can think of is, like, a shimmy, and then, like...
Well, you could go for a jog, I suppose, and they'd kind of...
No, that's not really a quiver.
Well, you did say
Like,
you wear
wait-
sports bras earlier on, so that's not going to help, is it?
Yeah,
I
like
think you'd need to be flowing
quiver
free for that to...
A quiver is more like a tremble, though, isn't it? Like a...
What about if you stood on one of them wobbly Pilates boards without a bra on? Would that do it?
My boons quiver when I'm anxious.
I can't say I've ever noticed, Emmy, but to be fair, I don't pay that much attention to your boons. I'm sorry.
I volunteer as tribute.
You are welcome to go and stare at Emmy's boobs and
I will
report
do
back.
the science.
Go on, you do it for science, obviously. It's purely for academical purposes. That's not a lie. I don't think I've ever stared at your boobs, have I?
Well, not like on purpose, but
No.
like, you know...
Oh, that's fair, yes. Last time we were at LARP, I did have to watch them, but that's because I had to watch that they didn't fall out of your shirt while you were riding your chair over bumpy grass. Because you were worried about them flopping everywhere. But I wasn't looking at them for aesthetic purposes. That was purely for practical, friendly, helpful purposes.
Suddenly LARP's becoming very more interesting to me, though. Although I would have to leave the house.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be easier just to find a cattle grid near you and make a ride over that.
Just waiting for some lesbian to adopt me like a stray cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of lesbians at LARP, to be fair. Anyway. And yes, Cryptid Dog, that was functional boob staring, damn it.
Also, Dame Juliana. Dame Juliana. What's her name?
So is it like he's the stable boy and she's made him take all his dirty stable boy clothes off and now she's bringing him in the house to dress him up like a real boy?
He's come out of the library and then she's like, we've got a book for you. So clearly she's the librarian and he's got it hot for the librarian.
Yeah. It's just a bit weird. Oh, you're getting hit up on in chat, by the way, Mash.
You're going to adopt me, Pearl. You might have to fight Emmy.
If you do, can we stream it and charge? Because I reckon we'd make decent amounts of money on that.
TYG games.
Yeah. Cool. Let's have a look at our next one. This is The Supremes Are Earls All You Can Eat by Edward Kesley Moore, 2013.
Okay, I have a question before we get any further. It says The Supremes at Earls. Okay, so Earls All You Can Eat is the name of the restaurant. So we're assuming the Supremes turned up to an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
Yeah?
Isn't that a copyright issue?
Or is it like in American Horror Story where like they have the Supreme Witch in the coven, don't they? And is it just a term?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
than being the Supremes.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like. Is that not a copyright issue?
Dunno. Let's see if we can get any context from reading this.
Who needs context?
You gotta love it when it begins with the words "my mother." My mother loved the way she looks. As she looked, she would strut through town on her uneven legs with her big boobs pointing the way forward, and you knew from looking at her that she figured she was just about the hottest thing going. I never came to love my tube-shaped body the way that Mama loved hers, but learning to imitate that confident stride of hers was probably the single smartest thing I ever did. So, chat, when was the last time you thought about your mum's boobs?
I'm assuming it's a girl thinking about her mum's boobs and like she's got like body envy. It has to be, right? This can't be a
assume
son.
so, yeah.
Like a son being like, oh, I couldn't have boobs like my mum, but I got her confidence.
Uneven legs and big breasts pointing the way forward. It's not a flattering way to describe your own mother, is it?
You should hear her talk about mine.
Pearl says that they've never thought about their mum's boobies.
I don't think about my mother.
No. Tube-shaped body, yeah, that's an interesting one.
So, like, yeah, it's giving skinny girl who hates the fact that her mum gave birth and has boobies. Because, like, that's what happens. Like they have babies and then they get a womanly body. And so, you know, when you're a kid, like, you're going to have a different shape. So, yeah, I think it's some kid that's not quite gone through puberty.
Or at least gone through childbirth.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, childbirth really, like, changes the way your body can be. Not always, but...
Scruff says booby compass. Just had to get that one in there. Booby compass.
A booby compass.
That's how you find your way in the dark.
I was... Alright, so like,
just follow your nipples and you'll be safe, right?
I tried twisting it to get the radio, but it just doesn't matter how many times I twist it, I just can't seem to get...
Welcome to the BBC World Service. No, the other one. Sorry.
I love when Crichton gets turned into a human on Red Wolf. It's one of my favourite episodes. Because Robert Llewellyn is hilarious.
Yes.
I've met him a couple of times in person, and he's like chill as anything. We started and traded tips on how to travel with books. Because like I had loads of magazines and he had loads of books.
Yeah.
So we were trading tips on how to do it, and I was like showing him mine, and he was showing me his.
That's tips. People out there in internet
yeah.
land, they were looking at each other's tips.
We were giving each other tips.
Well, just the tip, yeah.
Just a tip.
So Scruff says using them like a diviner rod. Pearl says nipples point to true north. Whereas
Some tell the
Cryptid
weather.
says one of mine points east and the other one's west. It's a real problem. Do you just find yourself spinning round in circles? And is that
Like
how it
a
works?
top.
I don't think anybody's ever described Cryptid as being like a top. Anyway. Oh, poor Emmy says her nipples point south. Right, shall we move on to the next one? I think we've exhausted. It's alright, apparently I've made Cryptid actually guffaw at that statement, so that's alright. It means he took it the way it was intended. Hey up.
What, like a bomb? Like all fours.
Get down, you dirty dog. Anyway. This is The Robots of Dawn by Isaac Asimov in 1983. So
Sci-fi, cool.
we know
this
Asimov,
is going to be traumatic. Yeah,
everybody
this is
knows
gonna be-
Asimov. If you don't know Asimov, please go and read some Asimov. Anyway. She was quite tall and sat stiffly upright in her chair. Her uniform was not different from that of a man, nor was her hairstyling or facial adornment. What gave her sex away immediately were her breasts, the prominence of which she made no attempt to hide. There you go. That's the only way you can tell she's a woman is because she's got boobs.
I mean, like, are we talking about aliens or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's in a uniform, but, like, her hairstyling is like a guy, so, like... But then she's just got, like, big, giant badonkadonks.
That's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
I'm getting, Oh, what's the name of the actor? Do you know the guy who played the dude from Force Unleashed, who was also the bad guy in Smallville?
No, but hopefully somebody in chat does.
Kind of, I just, like, got an image of him with, like, just, like, giant balloon boobies.
I'm just confused why he had to describe it that way.
Yeah. Because, like, she's not trying to hide her sex, but, like... No. See, right, so the thing is, what gave her sex away immediately, that to me just reads like lazy sci-fi writing.
Yeah.
Because, like, they use things like the female and the sex and this gender, like, so, like, they don't want to use gender, so they use the sex.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but that's because you don't know the difference between sex and gender. And,
Yeah.
So, like...
It's 1983, so...
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so they didn't have the vocabulary to do that kind of thing, so it just feels like old sci-fi writing to me.
I just don't understand the relevance, and I think that's where I'm hung up on this one.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Is there more?
No, that's the whole passage.
Is that it? That's it.
Don't blame me, blame the person on Reddit. Blame
I'd like more context.
Eternal Champignon.
So like, if it's like, what I'm thinking is like, you know, like if she was an alien, and you're trying to explain like, oh, it's an alien, and it looks like the same as the men, but like you could tell it was a girl because she had boobies, like that kind of like, you know. So I can kind of maybe, but like if it's just the person you're describing, then you're just being a pervert.
Yeah. I'm not reading that one out, Bizzle, but Bizzle has a different way of what immediately gave her sex away. Emmy says, me and Biz quite often just send each other messages with different names for boobs. And Cryptid says, your ideas are intriguing and I would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Well, we have a website.
I think there's quite a few people who'd like to subscribe to Emmy's newsletter, if I'm honest. Isn't that right, Mash? Right,
I can't pick favourites. I'm not allowed. I'm the boss.
You can
I
subscribe
hate
to all
you
the
all
newsletters.
equally. No, I'm evil. I have to hate you all equally.
Right, we are on to our penultimate one now
Ooh.
of the evening. So this is our penultimate one. This is Duma Key by Stephen King. And for context, he's talking about his daughter.
No. Oh God. No. No. No.
It was Ilsa, in green shorts and matching halter. Her feet were bare, her face without makeup and puffy with sleep. Her hair was yanked back in a ponytail, the way she'd worn it since she was 11. And if not for the fullness of her boobs, she could have passed for that 11-year-old. Any time, I said. She sat beside me on the tiled lip of the pool. We were about halfway down, my butt on 5 and hers on FT.
So they're sat at 5 foot, and they're squeezed next to each other.
I don't understand the FT bit.
5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot in the pool. It's saying how deep it is.
Ah, right. Thank you for that.
So like the idea is like they're both squeezed.
So he's on the number 5, which is on a tile, and
Yeah.
she's on the FT, which is on a tile. That's
tile next to it. Scruff's carroting it. It is gross that he's it's the fact that he's describing his daughter's breasts.
Yeah.
It's like you could have said like, you know, she's becoming a woman and like it's making him feel old, or
Yeah.
like you can see like the change in her since she was a child, now that she's wearing like different styles that are more mature. And like that is making him feel sad because, you know, those years are gone and he's never going to get it back. And then he's like, oh, come sit next to me on the edge of the pool. That
Yeah.
would have been cute.
Yeah. Or
That
even if he
this
just said, she looks just the same now as she did back then.
Yeah.
We don't need to mention her boobs.
No need for it. No need.
My goodness, we've found Bizzle's line. Alert the press.
I mean, yeah.
Bizzle has a line.
I have to say this might be the worst one.
Yeah.
It's just because it gives ultimate ick. And
Yep. I have to say, fair dues to the person on Reddit for the context. That context really does
change things.
Yeah.
And it's not just that, it's the fact that she's still a child, like, in this. But, like, because, like, how old is she?
doesn't specify.
It doesn't specify, but she's not wearing makeup, so she would wear makeup.
I assume so,
maybe. So she's not 11 anymore. I'd say, like, maybe a teenager.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, Cryptid. The context doesn't change things that much, but it makes it worse.
It makes it worse, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely does, yeah. Someone has watched, but yeah, I think I need some, like, mind bleach. So right, this is something that I actually,
You do remember that someone is Stephen King, don't you? I just thought I'd remind you all of that. This isn't just random author number 7. This is Stephen King.
Okay, well, he was definitely having one of his times when he wrote this. So I understand writing stuff that's difficult, but like you have a choice on how you present things.
Yeah.
So your character could be thinking, oh well, she looks just like she was when she was a kid, but holy crap, my daughter's got giant boobs, right? You could still have your character process thinking that in a positive way. That doesn't make him sound like he should be a PDF file.
Yeah.
Like there are healthy ways to describe things. So like when you write characters who do bad things, you have to, as an author, it is your responsibility to show that the bad thing is not something that people should replicate. There should be a moral to the story, and there should be like a something to offset it. So like, say your character does, do all the murders and things, and they're a bad person. Like, even at the end, if they have some emotional growth and whatever, it's the narrator's job to show that they're a bad person. Like, you can still love them. Heck, I've got characters who are horrible, and you all love them. So, they don't have to be like actually good characters to be liked, but it's like your duty to be responsible. And
no, I agree that, and I just don't like the way that was.
I can't believe your editor didn't tell you that was wrong. DC Bradshaw shouted at me for using fingered.
What's wrong with fingering?
Well, because like he fingered the ring. And DC was like, that's filthy. And I was like, yeah, but that's what he's doing. He's fingering it. And he's like, yeah, but it's filthy. And I was like, yeah, but that's what he's doing. He's fingering the ring on someone's finger. And so like, and I was like, I'm keeping it because I don't care if it's filthy.
It is a double entendre. Fingering
yeah,
the ring.
But I think,
and as long as you know and you accept it's a double entendre, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you'll read my writing and you'll see it's filthy anyway.
Critchard says, to be fair, this is the man who wrote that scene in it, and you're absolutely correct. Yeah. Scuff says 2008. I don't understand that, but cool. Crypto says, like, I love his writing, don't get me wrong, but he wrote some seriously wacky stuff. Eminog says, no, not Stephen King. I'm so tired of my favourite writers being dirty bastards. Yeah, don't read it, Emmy. And anyone who doesn't know the scene I'm talking about probably shouldn't Google it. Yep, don't.
Do not.
Mash's characters give me an emotional growth. I honestly misread that for a moment and thought that he'd written emotional girth. But anyway.
I mean, that's as good as that, emotional growth. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Doomickey was released in 2008. Thank you for that context. I missed that bit.
You have no excuse. 2008?
Yeah.
No.
If you'd have said this was written in 78, then I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, I'd let you off. But
yeah.
I actually have, so I read Night of the Crabs when I was like 11, and that's why I'm afraid of crabs. But there's a scene at the very beginning.
It's just a special shampoo and they go away. I would imagine.
They actually did a film on it. It's giant crabs come out. It's basically Jaws but with crabs. So it's scarier because they can go on land. And they also like kill the crabs the same way that Jaws gets killed. Which I thought was cheating. Because I was like, could you not think of anything different? Anyway, there's a scene in it where he's filling her boobies up and it like describes the nipples. And whenever I read it and thought of it over the years, because it imprinted on me, did this book, obviously, because I'm afraid of crabs.
Yeah.
And whenever I remember it, it was like he was always like squeezing and then her swollen nipples. And all I could imagine in my head was like, like on on a dummy, like a pacifier or like a drink, little like the little.
Yeah.
That's all I imagined. And
like a baby's bottle teat.
Yeah, a little bottle tit. Yeah, and that's what I had in my brain, and it completely traumatized me. And so yeah.
Crypto saying definitely feels like it was written years ago and only released now. That is quite possible.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
Yeah. Anything that has like a weird carapace, fire, bin, sea, throw it. I think Amy might be agreeing with you there. And apparently we haven't got to read GYO by Junji
Ito. Yeah, they do horror, scary stuff. Yeah.
Shall we have one more?
One more.
See if we can end on a slightly better note. I can't remember what this one is. It might not be a good ending, but we'll find out.
Do you know what? I'm glad we didn't bump into anyone I recognised, because that would have been hilarious.
So this one's Going Zero by Anthony McCartan. She picks up some scraps of green fabric scrunched up in the corner of her suitcase. She pulls the dress over her itsy-bitsy cleavage and crack bikini, then slumps next to him on the sofa, oozing her fleshy luxuries. To him, she smells like chlorine. We're on the run, he reminds her, rubbing his hand on her left boob, encountering no resistance.
Do you know what? Right, no, right. Before we get into this, George R.R. Martin, I have a fucking bone to pick with you. Right? I read Game of Thrones. Do you know how many times nipple tweaking is in the first Game of Thrones book? All right, between brother and sister and lovers and random prostitutes, right? And I'm okay with that if that's your kink, all right? But does it have to be everyone's kink? Does every character have to have a nipple tweaking fetish? Do they? Do they? I could.
We've got
do
somebody
an-
clipping this, right?
I could do an entire episode on Game of Thrones, okay? Right? So, bearing in mind, Daenerys, little teeny tiny 13-year-old that she was, is currently pregnant at this point. And Drogo picks her up and carries her out into the centre of the herd. And he picks her up and somehow does 3 thrusts and then finishes. And apparently that was good. And I'm like...
I've met men like that. Sorry, carry on.
I'm just like, no, but like, I'm just like, she's pregnant, right? So like, I don't know if any of you've tried having fun times standing up recently, but when the crotch needs to hit the crotch, right? And the pregnant belly would be in the way of the thing. And so like, you know, the logistics of this felt really silly. So either he has just got an enormous ding-a-dong, or like, you know, maybe he really is a horseman.
Who knows?
Just say, the sex scenes in Game of Thrones really annoyed me. Another book that I read, by the way, for the action sequences, and then spent the entire action sequence on a horse in a different field, listening to whatever the mum Stark is called, worrying about her children. And then someone turns up with Jaime Lannister, and I'm like, where's the battle? Where's the fighting? Where?
It's something I never got into as Game of Thrones. It just didn't do anything for me.
I'm going to teach people how to write action sequences, that's all I'm saying.
So yeah, she picks up some scrap of green fabric scrunched up in the corner of her suitcase. She pulls the dress over her itsy bitsy cleavage and crack bikini.
Yellow polka dot bikini.
That's what.
That's all I've been singing since. Yeah, that's all I was singing. Yeah.
What way of describing a lady's body is itsy bitsy cleavage and crack bikini?
No. No, so
sorry,
she was wearing a
right.
bikini.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
so
with you
she
now.
wasn't wearing underwear. She was wearing a bikini.
I'm with
Why
you now.
would you wear a bikini? I mean, she's on holiday, maybe. She's on a
Maybe.
suitcase.
But she is oozing her fleshy luxuries.
Can we also? He started 2 sentences running onto each other with she, and she picks, she pulls. Like, am I just being picky, or is that?
We need a thesaurus in here. Stat.
Like, she picks, she pulls. Like, why? Why are we doing 2 she's at the
That's
beginning
true.
of the sentence?
Cryptid says she smells like chlorine, so she was swimming. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
she
be why
was
she's
swimming.
in the bikini.
Yeah.
So she gets out the pool. She puts this dress over her tiny little bikini, slumps onto a sofa. Then she oozes her fleshy luxuries, and he pokes her in the boob.
Right. What are fleshy luxuries? Like, are they? Is that everything, or is that a specific part?
I don't know. But he likes the left boob.
That's why I got run off on nipple tweaking, because there's a scene in Game of Thrones where Tyrion's in the tent with the woman, his escort helper girl, and she's in the bed, and he just literally walks over, grabs her tit, and then pinches her nipple, and then goes like that.
Is that it?
That was it. Like, that's what it really irritated me. Like, what was the point of that entire scene? And like, it was whilst they were talking about something that could be quite interesting, and he just walks over to her whilst talking to her, grabs her tit, and then tweaks her nipple and goes. I'm just like,
That's a very good point that Crypt has just raised. Encountering no resistance. Does that mean like she doesn't try and stop him, or that her boobs are like really, really squidgy and jelly-like, Is it no resistance in the boob, or that she's not trying to...
Or
Also,
the fabric.
It
the
just
fabric,
feels
maybe?
creepy, the way you've worded that.
Yeah. No resistance.
Yeah.
Like, also,
no
you're on the run.
resistance doesn't give me consent vibes.
No.
Not saying no isn't saying yes. And I'm... Ugh.
Yeah.
Makes me feel a little bit icky.
Makes me feel a bit icky. Yeah, no. I'm not... Like, it is... Weird. They're weird. Weird metaphors.
And I don't like that oozing her fleshy luxuries either.
Because, like, it just makes me think, like, she's spilling over the sides of a bikini.
Why couldn't you just put looking absolutely stunning? There we go.
Yeah, because it's not flattering.
No.
It's kind of making it sound like she's, like, squeezed in there.
It's like if I said, oh, Mash, tonight you're proper oozing your fleshy luxuries. What?
Your face
No.
is oozing, lovey.
Oozing is not a romantic word.
Right, okay, I need to get an opinion from the peanut gallery. What is our opinion on the word stretched in a sex scene? As in her between me down there stretched from the size of his wig wham bam.
Now you see, coming from my perspective, that's a very specific kink in my
Like-
community.
It reminds me of balloons. Like, I think stretch should not be in a sexy time scene. I'm sorry, but like especially you put your hand in it and it stretches, or you put like stretched. It makes me feel like pulled. Like, you know when you pull a Stretch Armstrong, or
Yeah.
So when you say stretch to me, I'm thinking elastic band stretch, and then you snap it back, right?
See, if you were writing a kink scene, the word stretched to me is fine.
But for if it
But
was
for
like
a standard sex scene, no.
right,
That's my view anyway.
it gaped.
Met a few of them as well. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah. The
99p.
99p bin bags.
They're the ones that are so thin they just go like straight through.
But yeah. So there we go, people out in the world of the internet. We don't use the word oozing when we're trying to describe something sexy. Sexy things don't ooze. Although no kink shaming, if you're into it, you're into it.
I mean, yeah. Like,
And there you go. I have subjected you to 15 different excerpts there this evening. Mash, will you ever recover?
honestly, I thought you might be worse to me after seeing some of the stuff a True put in, but then I remembered we have to be YouTube friendly, so I was like, oh well, actually, this might be okay.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for YouTube, this could have been so much worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this as someone who's like I said, critiques a lot of things. I had to introduce people to the Bechdel test a lot, which so actually the fact that some of these are not just women talking about men and like being all like that kind of thing is quite nice, but some of this is just you can't. It's like when you see like the clips of high schoolers trying to be like poetic and they just wind up being like really angsty and being like, oh, his soul was so melted like a piece of cheese on a piece of toast that had been left out on a hot summer's day for 16 years.
Oh, you did GCSE drama as well.
I actually got told not to do higher English. My teacher said I would fail.
Right, let's have a look back through the last bits of chat. Cryptid says, be right back, changing my Discord status to oozing fleshy luxuries. No better use of nitro. Bizzle says, she sat on the sofa looking like a badly packed sausage. Scruff thinks it reminds him of a balloon. Apparently the stretched thing doesn't do it for Mark and Sutton.
It was like, because I was critiquing it, right? And so, like, I'm not going to tell you who the author was, but I was like, right, I say this is a lesbian, but, like, I don't have that kind of intercourse with men. So, like, I was like, is stretched a good thing? I was like, it doesn't feel very sexy to me. Like,
No.
like her inside stretched because he was so big. And I was just like, I mean, that sounds painful. Like it sounds like giving birth backwards. And it just, like, it grossed me out, so...
That's fair. A True says, she enveloped him would be better than he stretched her with his wide, immersive girth. Immense girth, even. Scuff says, TYG, word of the day? Oozing.
Oozing.
Unless you say her wet sex is oozing with desire. Apparently that's a nice way of saying oozing. Still does nothing for me, but, you know, you do you, Pearl.
Yeah, because it's talking about her lady garden oozing.
Yeah. No, I know what
That
it's talking about.
Makes me think snails.
Yeah, just gives me the ick.
Yeah.
Bizzle's saying that he wished he'd guested on this stream. For what you've typed in chat, Bizzle, I'm glad you didn't. I love you, mate, but no.
I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube, thank
Exactly.
you. We worked really hard for that.
What else have we got? We've got a shout out to Blue. Hi, Blue.
Hey, Blue.
Blue was busy napping and then eating and came into oozing. The streamer's had Emmy creasing. Yeah, but you know when you have a proper satisfying poop.
Yeah,
Are we
I do,
talking about
actually.
stretching again, Emmy?
I mean, like, that's not the same, though.
No.
Look,
Blue
we
says,
right
a
now,
puss wound oozes, a lady garden does not. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
And Bizzle says, I have no faith in him. And Bizzle is correct.
That's fine. That's fair.
So we've still got probably about 5 or 6 minutes before we hit the top of the hour. Mash was suggesting while we were having a chat before we went live that maybe folks out there in the wonderful world of internet land would like the opportunity to maybe ask Mash any questions about any of her characters. Where are her characters going? Can we try and prize some super secret information about next books out of Mash, maybe? So, has anybody got anything they want to ask Mash about that doesn't involve stretching, gushing, or oozing? Like, I'm not saying you can't ask her those questions, but that's kind of not what she was here for. Oh, Cryptid has a question, so here we go. How could you sit there with a straight face after hearing who his favourite character was and knowing what was coming?
Easily. I had to write it, man. It hurt me more. I had to write the death of a character when I was on my way to the funeral of the person they were based on.
Ooh.
So, like, yeah, any emotion in my book, I felt it as well, so.
Scruff wants to know, why do you hate your audience?
Because they don't leave reviews. No, I'm joking.
So, what we're hearing there, as an exclusive from MASH, is if you want your favourite character to stay alive and not be filled with trauma, make sure you leave 5-star reviews on every single book that you can. Is that what we're saying there, MASH?
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, I might be right in the end of the series right now, but I haven't released them yet. So, I mean, there's still time for me to kill people. I won't stalking spoilers ever. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Cryptid is heartbroken again.
Yeah.
Blue wants to know which character is the size queen that oozes over the idea of stretching?
Yeah, Nimity, probably. Yeah.
That's what a truth says.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because, yeah, Rayla and Arifrey are very much, like, a cute couple, but, like, they're not the sexy time couple. If you want the sexy times, you've got Aminus, you've got Callius, you've got Tharin, they're kind of, like, F-boys, and, like, especially in, like, Prelude, you've got, like, Callius and Titus when they're, like, young Roman-esque. around the town. You know, he's the prince. He gets to, like, throw his weight around a bit with the commoners. So, like, they have a lot of fun, and, like, they're fun to write. But yeah, it's not quite that bad.
Emmy says, please don't hurt our boy, please.
Mm-hmm.
And more Nimati sex scenes.
The Nimity sex scenes are fun, but weird.
Nimity, sorry.
Yeah. Basically, someone pointed out that who Nimity's based on, and after they pointed that out to me, it was very difficult for me to unsee it. So the sex scenes that were in there of Nimity are the only ones that were in, because I weren't writing no more after that.
That's fair. Cryptid says he's going to review request once the trauma's settled.
That's
and
fine.
once he can write something competent. Mark has a good question here. Who do you get to read your stories before they go off for publishing?
So, I used to have a bunch of people. I was in a bunch of critique groups and things like that. So, like, normally I'd, like, pass them around. Since... well, we moved to Twitch, so we started doing book club on Sundays. I used to read to everyone on Twitch. And we used to, every Sunday night, do book club and Twitch Sings. So this shows how long ago this was. Twitch Sings, man. Like, please bring that back, Twitch. Bring back Twitch Sings. It was fun. But, like, yeah, we had Twitch Sings and we'd do book club. And so I would read my book out to my Twitch community and they'd all listen. And then they'd give me feedback because a lot of my community are ADHDers who can't read. So I read it for them and they listened, which was cool.
Cool.
So,
I hope that answers your question there, Mark.
Now it's Nooks.
Emmy says Tidus and Callius. Love
Yeah.
heart. A True says, will the Forgotten Son make a return?
The Forgotten Son. Are you talking about Malachi? I totally, there's a child that my character has that I forget exists, but it's just because like they're a child and I can't really do much with children without causing trauma to them. So yeah, I kind of forget he exists sometimes.
That's fair. Pearl says, speaking of novel writing, I need a good novel writing thing to download onto Microsoft Computer. What software would you recommend somebody to write with? MASH? What do you use?
So I actually use OpenOffice, LibreOffice, because it's free. I use everything that's free, but like Google Docs, like you're gonna have to like take it from one program to another. I would recommend if you're gonna write a big novel, outline it, break it down, and have it in smaller parts because lots of word processing documents can't handle. Like a text document. I mean, a guard's refrain was 65,000 words, and request was about 80. And they used to be one book. So, like, my computer, every time I opened 125,000 words, it was like, ugh! So, like, breaking it up into smaller bits is better, and then you can... It also makes it more manageable, especially when you're writing epic fantasy when it's as big as mine.
So, question, this one's from me, not from them, but do you write in chapters, or do you write a long thing and then break it down into chapters afterwards? Which way do you work?
So I'm an outliner, but I'm an outliner with pantser tendencies, if that makes sense. I'll write an outline and it's like a bullet point draft. So I do my bullet point draft, and so I write the entire story, and then from that I can get my like structure and outline.
Yeah.
So like, because it's bullet points, I can move it around and it doesn't upset me because I've not really written anything. Whereas when you write in full paragraphs and stuff, you get quite attached to your writing.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really unhealthy. So I write in bullet points, and then I can move it all around, and then I can like make my outline from that.
Yeah.
And then I kind of go back between the two. And then I do what I call a zero draft, which is like just a onto the page, right?
Like a brain dump kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's what I used to do during NaNoWriMo. So that would be my 30 days, 50,000 words. I would just get it all out because it's all up here. It just needs to get there. So then I'd do the onto the page. And then once the onto the page is done, I have an idea of where the chapters are, and then I break it up. So.
Thank you. Just got time for another couple before we disappear. Blue wants to know which character from the Legend of Heroes series would survive the best in your universe and who would be out the fastest.
Do you know how many characters are in the Legend of Heroes? I'd like to see Prince Oliver in my world just because he's the fruity bard who has fun everywhere. But I think the character who would... I mean, Van Arkwright would last the longest because he's the daddy and I refuse to hurt him, and he would live till the end just so that I could write more about him.
There you go. Pearl's confirming, do you mean Apache Open Office?
Is it Apache Open Office? Yeah,
Dunno.
I think so. Yeah.
Atru says that's what I use for my books, and the waifu uses a 20-plus-year-old version of Word. And Pearl says, is it perfect for novel writing?
Honestly, you could do it in a notepad if you wanted. The idea is it's your draft. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it doesn't matter.
I think the idea of trying to find something that's perfect for novel writing, you're going to set yourself up to fail there because nothing will be perfect.
No.
Everything's going to have something that isn't quite right about it. So you're going to have to just go for something. Anything. Just get started.
No. Pearl. We don't do that anymore. It's gone. We don't use that program. Nano is gone. They, just no. Don't put your stuff into their website. They're putting it into AI slop things. That's why nobody likes Nano anymore. To be fair, doing Nano in November was such a poop month to do it in, because everyone's working hard because Christmas is coming. No one's got any time off. It's November, so everyone's depressed. Like,
yeah. Marcus Sutton does say he has a friend who uses Dragon Dictate to write her books. So if you're struggling with typing, that'd be a great way of you getting your words onto the page. So that's a good suggestion there.
Because my handy pandies are broken. Like, I'm sure I've shown this before, but if you look, they're the perfect shape of a PlayStation controller. So
Definitely just a coincidence there.
I used to... Do you know when the Nintendo Wii came out? It was December 2006. And my parents had separated, and Papa Mash decided to go on holiday for 2 weeks. And the day after he left, a Nintendo Wii arrived at my house. And then 2 days after he left, Legend of Zelda arrived. And then I was sick for 2 whole weeks and could not go to school. And I had a callus on my finger where I had been playing the Nintendo Wii and pressing the B button. Finished Twilight Princess, though.
Cool. Right, well, I think that's pretty much us for this evening. So thank you to everybody for joining us this evening. Thank you for sticking with us while we went through lots of silliness. Huge thanks to Mash for joining me this evening so that we could go through a different style of Reddit stories today. Don't know when this show will be back. It's one of them that we do as and when. So just keep your eye out on the social medias, and notifications will go out a few hours before we do the show. Next time, as soon as I know we're doing it, I will try and get something out there so we can give people a little bit more of a heads up.
If not, it'll be me doing Scooby-Doo. So, I mean, like, come anyway, because Scooby-Doo's a good time. Right, we're going to raid Dr. James, because I got my doctor on.
Cool. So Mash is going to handle our raid, which is great, because it means I don't have to go, Scruff, can you sort the raid out?
I know, right? It's handy that I'm here.
It's great. The rest of us, we're going to say goodbye. So keep yourselves happy, keep yourselves safe, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning on Bants at 9 o'clock. Don't forget, you've got Bants in the morning, Mash.
9 a.m. Monday to Friday, getting you all up in the morning. A big community meet-up. Yeah, we'll see you all in Bants, everyone. I hope you sleep well, and if not, we'll get you a good coffee in the morning.
See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Love you, bye!